welcome back. Today we're going to be doing a 7-round mock draft for the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm currently recording this on Saturday, as I got on the side right here. The receivers are running the 40s right now and stuff, so I'll go ahead and get a combine video out next week with some of the biggest risers from the combine. We've already seen some incredible performances and some not as incredible, but most of the part it's been some really good performances. But I'm going to use some of that knowledge in this mock draft, but keep in mind some dudes haven't ran. I still haven't seen like receivers haven't fully run, quarterbacks, running backs, tight ends. There's still positions that I'm waiting on. So if there's some guys that rise, that's probably why. But anyway, we're going to get ready to this mock draft. And the first pick for the Eagles at pick 10 is there might be a lot of talent, because I think there's going to be a runner. I think all four quarterbacks of the Richardson, Levis, Stroud, and Young, I think they're all going to go in the top 10. So we're going to have a lot of positional talent here available for the Eagles at 10. And for me, it's really a 4-horse race for the guys I'm even considering. It's Devin Witherspoon and Christian Gonzalez are my two guys. If one of those two dudes is there, I think we need to attack that with Darius Slay getting up in age. There's weird trade rumors. I don't see us trading Darius Slay. I get his cap hit, but it doesn't make sense, especially if I'm almost 80% sure we're probably losing James Bradbury to free agency, so it wouldn't make sense to get rid of Slay too. So we need that next, especially if we lose both, but I guarantee we lose one of the two of our corners, so we need to replace that. And Devin Witherspoon and Christian Gonzalez are two dudes I'm happy taking top 10. I'd love to see them on the Eagles, but if we wanted to go a different direction, Brian Branch would kind of be the fifth guy down, but the other two would be Lucas Van Ness and Kalijah Cansey are two. If we want to attack that D-line, Kalijah Cansey blew up the combine. He looks incredibly athletic. I hate to mock anyone to Aaron Donald, but I mean, Pittsburgh, undersized dude, very similar numbers. His film is insane. He's a dude I wouldn't be upset with, and Lucas Van Ness is another dude. Powerful defensive end, ran a pretty good 40, showed some of that athleticism, but his game is based around his power. But anyways, we're going to go Devin Witherspoon. I hope if we get Devin Witherspoon, him and Slay would be a very good man coverage duo. He ran tons of press man at Illinois, and that was kind of his bread and butter. He's that press man corner, get up in your face, not afraid to tackle. He's got kind of that moxie to him. So if we get him and Slay are going to be running a lot of man coverage, hopefully with new Desai coming in. Hopefully he kind of comes from that Fangio system of the too high. We can run some too high man coverage, cover 2 man. I think that's where the defense could really excel. Let Chauncey kind of get in the box, play back. I think man coverage could be really good with the team if we re-sign Chauncey and get those guys. But Gonzalez is another dude. Gonzalez, if we want to play more zone, Gonzalez might fit more. I think Gonzalez can play anything. But I think if Devin Witherspoon is probably slightly above, just because that press man is such a highly coveted talent in the NFL. I say this every time we've seen it. They always go higher than we think with Sauce Gardner, J.C. Horn, C.J. Henderson. Year after year, these press man corners go so high because it's such a hard talent to find in the NFL. So if you find those guys, they're going to go high. Devin Witherspoon probably might not even be there at 10. I think he could be a good fit with the Lions. Him and Jeff Okudah could be a nice little duo. But we'll definitely take him. Him or Gonzalez both did really well at the combine, and I'd be happy with either. Now at pick 30, I really like edge as a place to attack 30, especially if we go corner first. Deonte Banks would be an interesting guy. If we choose to go D-line first, then Deonte Banks and Tyreek Stevens could be interesting here at 30. But since we went corner, I would like to attack edge probably here, or I wouldn't be against tight end, getting another guy behind Goddard, but I personally love edge, and we're going to do another dude who blew up the combine, Nolan Smith. I predicted in my last video, even though I thought he wasn't going to actually do any drills, but I predicted he'd have an insane combine. He had one of the best combines we've seen. I mean, running a 4.3 at his size is just insane. He's a great dude off the field. I don't think he'll be there at 30 after that combine performance, but in the slight chance that he is, the Eagles would love to take him, and that's where I'm going to go. Now we're back up on 62. And this is where there's 3 dudes that I'm looking at the board that I really like. Tank Dell could be a really good replacement for Quez. There's rumors Quez could be on the trade block. Tank Dell would be an explosive receiver. He'd match perfectly with Devontae and AJ. Diane Henley, I believe it's Diane, sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong, but Diane Henley, the linebacker from Washington State, he's one of my favorite guys in this class. Brett Coleman kind of put me on to him. I've been watching him more. Check out Brett Coleman if you haven't. Dude does amazing stuff. But Diane Henley is a dude. He played receiver, I believe. He played on the offense side of the ball. He played some DB. Really smart dude. Really fluid hips. He's a fast guy. I've seen comps of Fred Warner. Now, obviously, that's a lofty comp. But Diane Henley is a dude that could come in, and him and him and Nakobe Dean would be a great duo at linebacker. I like that. And then also Adi Tamiwa, another dude who had an incredible combine, is another dude. I think we could get him and play him at D-tackle. Him and Jordan Davis. Him and Jordan Davis would be a duo on the interior of that D-line. So those are 3 dudes I'm really looking at here. And personally, I'm going to go, we already attacked D-line. So I'm kind of putting it down between Tank Dell and Daiyan Henley. I'm going to go with get that third receiver. We saw that some games where, like, when they played press man, we needed that third guy to step up, and Quez didn't step up. You saw in the Super Bowl, he dropped that pass. You know, if we get someone who can just step up and make those plays when it's not, we would be great. So I'm going to go Tank Dell here, put him in the slot, pair him with A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. We got a nasty receiver duo. Just give Jalen Hurts even more opportunity to just excel in this offense. Now we're back up. Pick 94, the third. This is an important pick because it's kind of our last pick. We don't have picks until the 7th round after this. So this is kind of our last player that, hey, I don't like, once you get past like the 6th round, you pick for upside. You don't really pick for players that are going to play. So this is our last guy that, hey, this dude could make an impact. And one guy I really like here is Keanu Benton, the D-tackle from Wisconsin. He's a huge dude. I mean, pair him next to Jordan Davis. There's definitely going to be a need at D-tackle with probably Hargrave and Cox both leaving. He's a guy like Trey Hodges-Tomlinson's an interesting dude. I love his film, but he is so small. So we could definitely use some more depth at corner, but we already did attack corner. Tank Bigsby's dude I really like. You know, if we want to attack that running back, you know, if we look at just a running back, I personally like, out of these guys that are available, I would probably say Tank Bigsby and Sean Tucker, my guys. And I'm actually going to go, I wasn't actually planning on going running back, but I'm going to go Sean Tucker here. I love Sean Tucker out of Syracuse. I think he could be that 3-down back. He's like the perfect size. You know, I believe he's like 5'10", something, you know, that smaller guy. He's got the breakaway speed. He breaks tackles like nothing at Syracuse. He played behind an awful O-line, so we didn't really get to see all of what he is at Syracuse, and I think he's going to be really good. I think if he's there in the 3rd round, that's a really good pick. I was kind of saying my attack for running back for the Eagles is you either go in the next season with, hey, we're going to get our 3-down running back in the draft. For me, there's 4 dudes. In the 1st round, I'd consider Bijan or Jahmyr Gibbs as 2 dudes. Jahmyr Gibbs is kind of a reach at 30, but I wouldn't be against it if he's going to come in and be that 3-down back with his receiving upside. So those are the 2 dudes that I'm like, 1st round. 2nd, 3rd round, day 2, I like Sean Tucker and Zach Charbonnet. Zach Charbonnet's been one of my guys that I think would be an actually perfect fit with the Eagles. I'd love to see Zach Charbonnet. Him and Sean Tucker are the 2 kind of 3-down guys, I think. And then another option we could go is if we do like what we see from Kenny Gainwell, pair him up and get like a thumper to pair with him. One of the favorite dudes, Tavion Thomas from Utah, has been one of the guys. I've been thinking if we do want to go with Gainwell's going to be our starting running back, I want to get like a bigger guy. Tavion Thomas is a guy I like that we could maybe pick in the 6th or 7th round. We don't have a 6th round picks, but like a 7th round pick on Tavion Thomas could be a dude that could be a nice compliment to Gainwell if you want to go down that route. But I'm going to go ahead and just get Sean Tucker, get our 3-down roll, and just go with that being good. Now we're back here on the 7th. One of my favorite fits, we found out he just had a meeting with the Eagles, so this isn't crazy, would be Dorian Thompson-Robinson, DTR, as a nice backup quarterback. We're going to probably lose Minshew to free agency this year. We need a new backup quarterback. DTR is another dude with great athleticism. He can make plays out of the pocket, 5-year guy out of college, played for Chip Kelly at UCLA. I really like what I saw from him at the Shrine Bowl. Kind of stepped up. He's definitely the best quarterback at the Shrine Bowl. And, I mean, he's just a dude that would be a great backup to Jalen Hurts. And I love that kind of fit, just with kind of do some of the same things Hurts does. We don't have to change our offense if Hurts gets hurt or anything. DTR can just step in. I like that as a backup quarterback. Now in the last round is another one where, like I said, I just want a dude with some upside here. I'm not really going to attack a position of need here. I just want a dude who has high upside at maybe a position we could use. I do like John Ojukwu. I don't know. I'm butchering that name. He was at the Shrine Bowl, another tackle. I do like him as a possible option. I love AJ Finley, another dude's ball hawk at the Shrine Bowl. Some good athletic numbers. I don't know how he didn't get invited to the combine, but I think he's a pretty athletic dude. He's not like one of those super athletes, but he has athleticism. He's a dude I really like. Dante Sills, yet another Shrine Bowl guy to kind of replace some of the D tackle, but just provide some more depth at the D tackles. We're probably losing our top 2 D tackles. if I had to choose between those 3 dudes, I think we are very good with O-line in depth, and we can find other dudes. So as much as I don't think that'd be a bad pick, I'm gonna go either AJ Finley or Dante Stills. I think safety has just been an awful position, so I'm going to go AJ Finley. I just think we need more depth at safety. He's a ball hawk. He like I said, he's got some athleticism. I'd like to see if we can maybe develop him. Sean Desai coming in, maybe get some new talent. But nonetheless, that's going to be the end of our mock draft here. You see our picks for the Philadelphia Eagles. Let me know if there's anything you guys, I know there's going to be people saying that this is an awful mock draft. And I know, like, hey, Nolan Smith probably won't be there. Tank Dell might not be there. But we say this every year. If you told me last year, Nakobe Dean's going to be there in the 3rd round, I would have said you're crazy. Weird things happen in the draft. I think this would be a nice draft to kind of hit a lot of different spots. We hit edge, hit corner, hit receiver, hit running back. All 4 of those positions, I think these dudes could hit the ground in year 1 and make an impact. Then we got some developmental dudes in DTR and AJ Finley, some dudes that we can hopefully develop at some positions that we need some depth at right now. That's going to be it. I'm putting out a Texans mock draft later in the week. Then next week, we'll go ahead and hit some of the more combine winners. Let me know what you guys thought. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great week.